My name is Zulaikha Patel. I am an activist for gender equality, women's rights, and against institutionalized racism. I am most probably known for the hashtag Stop Racism at Pretoria High School for Girls.
There's Mr. Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man taking his...
The first video I watched of his release was when I was 5 and I was at home. And that was mainly because the home I grew up in was a very political home because of my father's role. My father had played a role in the liberation struggle, and it was something that I was taught about. My curiosity led me to reading my father's political material that was at home, and which led me to finding photos of his release, and as well as me being inquisitive about those photos, which led to him also showing me the video.
Into a new South Africa.
My father always told me that that was the dawn of freedom in South Africa. That was how everyone knew that things were going to change radically.
A major part.
I grew up in an interracial and interfaith background, and in a democracy which is as young as ours, and in particular having the history that our country hasn't really found comfort in seeing products of interracial relationships. I grew up angry in a sense because of the way people would react to me when they would see me with either one of my parents. For example, if people would see me with my father, they would question why my hair is so kinky and why I'm with an Indian man. And then if I was with my mother, people would stereotype her and think she's my nanny and I'm a colored child. And so I felt like I was, in a sense, treated like an experiment of a child. People always wanting to touch my hair, always wanting to question what I am, who I am, this and that and that and that. Growing up in the 2000s generation, we've constantly been told that there's nothing for us to fight for we're free, freedom. And for me, that triggered me because had I been actually free, I wouldn't have had to go through everything that I'd gone through. At the time I was 14, and I was angry at the idea at the born free idea. I was very angry. When we're told that we're born free, that isn't our reality. That isn't the reality of Zulaikha Patel, the girl who's born from an interracial and interfaith background. There's still so much that young people have had to go through. So that was the foundation of my activism.
The black flesh.
As much as we criticize our democracy, and there's still such a long way to go in us changing and implementing new policies and us breathing life into a new South Africa, one that is actually free. That moment had to happen in history for us to get to the point that we are, because we were on brink of civil war. So had that moment in history not happened, we wouldn't be at the position that we are currently.